first here. You're 9-2 in bowl games, 42-3 when you have more than a week to prepare. What have you got cooked up this week for Notre Dame?
Well, I think, Clay, you know the way the season went. We got hit with a bat in the second to last game and against a very good team and lost. And I made the comment at a banquet the other night that players, the older I get, the more when I was a younger coach, you try to learn. You're the teacher. What I found out the older I get, you learn more and more from quality players. And the week leading up to our rival game, it was a tough week. One of the most difficult weeks I've ever been a part of. A bunch of players that I love, a bunch of players that were so invested, had winning streaks all over the place, and to fail. And then we have to get ready in a short turnaround during Thanksgiving week for a very good rival team. That obviously at Ohio State, that's the game of the year. And it made a sudden turn. The reason I'm telling you all this is just to give you a background on our team. It made not that we practiced necessarily well, but we have something called senior tackle that's been around for many, many years, decades at Ohio State. And the group of seniors that got up, opened their hearts to the rest of their teammates, to their coaches, that's when the whole thing turned around. And I'm going to brag about him, but my left tackle, Taylor Decker, made a comment that to this day, coaches are supposed to be the teachers, the players are the teachers. The real players, the real invested players are the teachers. And I'll never forget this for the rest of my life, is when he turned and his father was there, and he said, I just want to thank you, thank Ohio State, thank my teammates, and all I ever wanted to do was make my dad proud. And he turned around and said that to him. And that's when I felt just a shot of energy go through me, our team, and then obviously the way they performed on the road against a very good rivalry game. Shows you that I anticipate this team, because of those players, to play very well and play very hard.
You've had some distractions this year. Do you think you've overcome them well?
Oh, every team has distractions. We had distractions last year. I think we've overcome our distractions fairly well. We lost a game on a last-second field goal. We did have some distractions, but I can't say enough about this group of players, especially the ones that you're going to see here today, that a lot of us have spent 2, 3, maybe some 4 years together, and the respect and admiration I have for those guys. Because go back, Clay, that the Taylors and the Jacoby Bournes and some of those guys that came in with us, Josh Perry, our first year, that was a team that lost 7 games. It was a team in disarray, a team that was told they couldn't go to a bowl game, and here we are 4 years later. So I'd say we've overcome a lot of distractions very well.
Next question on the left in the back.
Hey, Urban, just want to get a check-up on your situation at defensive tackle, where those guys have emerged in those roles and how you think they're looking so far.
Yeah, good weeks of practice. Mike Hill is in there. You have Joel Hale. You have Tracy Sprinkle, and you have Donovan Munger will rotate. And obviously Joey Bosa will play some on inside. We've had good weeks of practice, and we're ready to go.
Any other questions? On our left in the back.
Urban, I cover West Virginia. I'm here for the Cactus Bowl. Gordon D is the president there now, and I was speaking with him the other day about hiring you a couple years ago, and I was wondering what you remember about the role he played, particularly the president, as opposed to 80 or board of trustees, bringing you out of your retirement out of television and back to coaching.
Gordon Gee, that's one of my all-time favorite people that I've ever been around, and very fortunate. West Virginia is very fortunate to have him as a president. He's a dear friend. We still speak frequently, and I remember every word said, all our conversation. His passion for a student at a university is second to none, and I love Gordon Gee. So I miss him, and like I said, the people of West Virginia are very fortunate to have him.
You know, how he's persevered, how you feel about
he's
still around.
very good man, very good family. devastating because those are serious issues. And talking about a young person at the pulmonary, whatever that's called. And just a lot of prayers, very deep in his faith. His grandfather's a pastor, his mother's outstanding, and he persevered.
Did you think there was a point where
I was worried. He's got to play well Saturday. He's got to play well coming up.
Urban, I wanted to ask you about your roots in the formation of your offensive philosophy way back when we were a lot younger, back in the Notre Dame days. And I mean, obviously Lou Holtz had some influence there, but in talking with Brian Van Gorder yesterday, he talked about, he used the word cutting edge, innovative, a huge inventory within your offense. Who formed all of that? I mean, obviously it's your own creativity along the way, but there had to be some influences there.
Actually started at Notre Dame. Dan Mullen and I was my GA at the time. We went down to visit Louisville, and a guy named Scott Linehan was the OC.
Right.
John L. Smith was the coach. They were doing some very innovative things. And then the second one was Bill Snyder. He doesn't get a lot of the credit for the spread offense, but he was doing a lot of the quarterback involvement. And so we went down there. I think it's well documented. We went down. It was the year, I think it was the year we went to Fiesta Bowl, my last year. And that's when Lavecchio.
Right, I was going to say, you ran a little of that with
Well,
Lavecchio.
I had to talk Coach Davey into it.
Yeah.
And Kevin Rogers, because they looked at me like I had 6 heads when I came back from Louisville. And the one game I remember is Stanford. I convinced them, let's open the game with it. We went right down the field and scored.
Right.
And Javen Hunter on speed sweeps and doing all that. You go back and check that drive out. That was the first time we did it.
By the way, I recently spoke with Bobby Brown and Joey Getherall and Malcolm Johnson. They all had very good things.
I still talk to those guys.
Yeah. Well, and again, getting back to the offense, I apologize. I mean, obviously you believe in the running game, and Lou Holtz absolutely, positively believed in the running game. What influence did he have on, not necessarily your offensive philosophy, but maybe your overall coaching philosophy?
Oh, there's no. Lou Holtz and Earl Bruce were the key mentors. And to this day, we're always going to run the ball. I think we're top 10 in the country rushing again this year. Someone told me a stat in the last 4 years, yards per carry were number 1, rushing yardage were number 2 on a lot of the college football team. You got to check that for sure, but someone brought that up. And so I still believe that, to win a championship, you have to be balanced, but you have to run the football.
Did you